Coach, thank you very much for your time. Quite an unfortunate result after quite an impressive start. What is your assessment of this evening's match?
Yeah, thank you very much. I thought we started the game very well, getting the 2 goals in 8 minutes. But I don't know what my boys, what came into the mind of my boys. They started committing silly mistakes. The first 3 goals was as a result of the schoolboy mistakes they made. Otherwise, Pirates didn't work for those goals. I think Pirates only scored the 3 goals in the second half. Defensively, I think first half we started very well. We were able to contain Hoto, but as the game went on, Pirates were very good with their off-the-ball runs. Credit must be given to them. Quality team, but we'll take a lesson from this game going forward.
Thank you very much, Coach. Members of the media, it's an opportunity to ask questions. A reminder, we'll be taking questions both virtually as well as in the room. I see Robin, you've got your hand up. Please go ahead.
Coach, I see that you struggled with the Pirates pressing trap. Do you think we should have done something better, especially in the second half?
Yeah, second half, I think our downfall was mainly on the central defense department. That is why I ended up pulling out one of the central defenders for a more younger, defender who has got speed, because Pirates were very quick up front. Otherwise, it was not a problem with their pressing. We were able to come out from the blocks outside.
Thank you, Coach. Do you have questions in the room?
Yes. Yeah. How important is the Sunday game?
Yeah, all the games are important, to be honest. It's just that it's a pity for us because we are playing all the games away from home, even those games which we should be playing at home. I don't think Pirates would have beaten us had we played them at home. And another thing, psychologically, the players are suffering because of the things that are happening outside. You see, they came from the hotel, they didn't know how they would get inside the stadium. So psychologically, they are affected. But we will soldier on. And mind you, this is our first time getting into these groups. We are learning in the group stages. We are learning from that.
Thanks, Coach. Melina, please go ahead.
Coach, just on what you've just said now, because this was just your first home game, you still have two more home matches, and you're still going to play them there. So psychologically, if you're saying the players were affected by the situation today, how do you plan to make sure that they rise above this? Because with all due respect, as professionals, these are some of the things that they have to try and rise above. And also, playing away from home, what is the message back home in terms of, because it's the infrastructure and the facilities which have led to you playing here now. How are they responding to this in terms of rectifying the situation?
Yeah, okay. For the first question, I think we have to talk to the boys. We have to talk to them in terms of the psychological setup. There is nothing you can do about that. And also about the issue of the infrastructure, it's above ourselves. You see, we as a team, we cannot have money to build a big stadium like this one in Bombela. But playing away from home actually is not exactly the problem which affects the boys psychologically. You see the issues that are happening outside, the people are blocking us, they don't want us to play here because of this and that. That is the thing that is getting inside the minds of the boys. For that one, I think I'll have to get a psychologist to talk to the boys.
That's good. Do we have any other questions? I think the coach has already touched on playing away from home. I see you've noted that. We'll take the last question if there are any takers.
If there are no takers, Coach, I noticed that you had beaten JS Kabylie. I mean, it's a top team that I think they finished as runners-up last season. What are your projections, especially after achieving that result, coming to this group?
Yeah, you see, football is always like this. To me, JS Kabylie was the strongest team we have played so far in this tournament, but we were able to play against them. But that is football. I'll take a lesson from this part. Correct was running quick when they were on the final third. Otherwise, JS Kabylie, I still maintain, is the strongest team we have played so far.
Thank you very much, Coach. Members of the media, thank you very much for joining us. And Coach, thank you very much for your time and tough luck on the touch.
All right, thanks.